Welcome back. We refurbish yet another interesting phone, and this too is a screen replacement, and it's something that is very common with most of these phones. So to prevent them going into the landfills, we have to keep on restoring them, and besides, it's usually cheaper than buying a new phone altogether. This is how the old screen looked like. Unfortunately, I removed it off camera, but you could use your intuition as we put back the phone together to figure out how you would deal with opening this phone and how you would actually get right inside, so you should be able to work on it. Anyway, this battery is usually just held down by adhesive, and right now I just wanted to show you the connector for the screen. It's this one that goes to the LCD layer. This step is just for me to not touch the lens, camera lens, because we need it to stay clear. And then this is the fiber that goes into the touch layer of the screen. Now, having released those, the motherboard actually gets out, and I'm just going to remove it entirely and then pop our screen off, since it's on here because we wanted to test it before buying. Now that we know that it works, we need to remove and then adhere it back. Now at the top here, assuming you're salvaging a screen from another dead phone whose motherboard is dead, be careful. This gets out by twisting it around. And as such, next stage is we are going to clean the surfaces that are supposed to be bonded together, but we already scraped off the residue adhesive that remained from removing the old screen. Now we simply are going to wipe with some isopropyl alcohol such that there is no grease or oily stuff that would prevent the perfect bond that the glue should be providing. I need some, alright, tissue. I'm going to use that, dip it in that, then wipe around. Now this is volatile, so it tends to not stay longer, so no worries of keeping this place wet. Alright, I believe that is sufficient. Now we bring our adhesive and apply. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Hope it hasn't entered the reflective layers, but it's highly unlikely that it didn't. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll just evaporate it, but I know to leave stains behind. Lucky enough, it's my phone, so no worries, no worries. Okay, so we begin by applying along the obvious areas. Fill up that void with enough of it right there. I wonder where the proximity sensor shines its light, somewhere right there, which is that hole, so at least I'm not worried of blocking it. And then fill in that gap. Okay, alright. Now I'm beginning from these areas that have large surface area, because they attract a lot of glue, and therefore I need to apply them at first so that it starts evaporating prior to when I place adhesive on the thinner areas. And I'm just going to, when you look at this, there are those points for the back arrows and previous up, so just remove that from there, then that from there. This just to help, just in case in future we need to pick out this screen and reuse it. Alright, now fill in that gap. Oh, don't mind that my volume has reduced. It's just that when you're concentrating, I think it's only natural to lower one's voice. Alright, bring it all over, down there. Now I always put on both surfaces so as to improve the final bond that we will achieve, so that this screen could last me years if I don't break it anyways. So I'm using E8000. It's an adhesive that normally forms a relatively stronger bond than what you would find on other devices. Alright, now look at there and see how much to place. So these areas shall have to receive adhesive, and even more around there, and some around there, around there, and there. Now we go to the upper side. Fill in that. Be careful not to fill into that hole. Must serve a purpose of detecting how close the screen is on your ear, so it deactivates the screen and the touch is alright. Now we give it 5 minutes to harden a bit, to allow for some of it to evaporate and harden a bit. I'll do that off camera so you don't have to stare on a static inaudible screen. Okay, so let's bring this and place it in. Now when placing it in, you begin with the touch. Slip it in there, then twist the screen around like that, push through the fiber for the LCD or display, then align it with the frame of the phone. Okay, like to think it's well aligned. Yeah, it is. So we bring the motherboard. First connect that fiber that goes to the lower side of the motherboard, like that. Push that away and then drop that down. Plug in the LCD. Okay, LCD connector. Alright, that's plugged in. Interesting socket. I never see this on batteries, but this actually picks power from the lower subboard to the main board, I think from the charging port. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive there to hold the battery in place. So these are the only two areas that we need to place adhesive on. Then bring the battery. Definitely this video of course demonstrates how you may replace the battery of this phone. So it's just some bit of common sense in there. Now the bigger question is there supposed to be a piece of plastic there or not? Alright, so I've exposed my camera. I therefore have to be careful so as not to touch it with my fingers. Okay, I think there's no plastic that gets in between. There isn't. Okay, now I need to place screws around. Okay, bring this. Okay, one screw. This part of closing up is a bit boring, but if you still feel like staying till the end of the video, feel free. Otherwise, hit the like button and feel free to always return. Din, 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 din. That is plugged in, that's plugged in. That, I think those are sufficient for the motherboard. Okay, let me see what this has to do. Sorry about that, it was an incoming call. I know it tends to get really noisy. Okay, alright, screw there, screw there. Do I need any extra screws? One screw remains. And where should I put it? Okay, I've chosen there. This is alright, that's alright. Okay, I can now bring the